on way to your home. You are a little drunk or tipsy, but in full senses, wearing a red long sleeve jacket over a red short dress. You are not type of a girl who wear those short dresses, but this time your best friend forced you to wear it, so you wore it for her happiness. But in club, someone suddenly put a same color red jacket on you because of too much engulfed in your friend. You are not able to see that person's face, but you are thankful as you are not feeling comfortable in this short dress. Now you are walking alone but without feeling alone. Yes, like somehow you felt you were not alone, but suddenly a cold wind blew that made you put your hand inside the pocket of jacket. You felt like a paper inside the pocket without thinking more. You stopped and opened the full. It was like a royal type page and there was something written on it. Be careful with words, they are dangerous. Be wary of them, they beget either demons or angels. It's up to you to give your life to one or the other. Be careful, I'll tell you. Nothing is as dangerous as giving free rein to words. What on earth is written on this note? Can't even understand one word. It sounds like chemistry subject which I can read but can't even understand. One note in my school life. She kept the note back in the pocket and walked towards her home. As she entered her room, she got confused. Wait, didn't I shut off all the lights before going out? But it's okay, I don't even like darkness. You went inside your bedroom and removed your jacket. This looks so good and expensive. Can't even buy it after selling my both kidneys. Such a broken life. With that, she started to remove her red dress, but suddenly a cold air blew that made her wear the dress back. This cold wind did wait. I forgot to close the window. You went to close your room window. Suddenly, you felt someone walk past behind. As you fastly turned to see, is someone inside my home? You tilted your head in thoughts and then face palmed. This is not a typical horror movie where I will ask someone is there and a ghost will appear. You went inside your bathroom, you take a warm bath as a dark but sweet chuckle was here. Inside your room, she didn't know that she was drawn to him in ways she didn't understand. His eyes ran through her soul, following her, chasing her. They were the only eyes that could stop and in her tracks while traveling at the speed of light. After taking bath, you came out of washroom wearing towel around your body as you didn't bring your clothes inside bathroom. It's so cold I should wear my clothes, but before I'll dry my hairs. You picked the dryer and stood in front of the mirror, leaving hand from your towel and start to dry your hair, flipping your hair up and down as the hot air blew from the dryer, but suddenly you felt cold temptation on your shoulder that made you flinch. You turned off the dryer to check if there is any problem in it, but then you felt a ticklish feeling on your bare shoulder. As someone is breathing and sniffing your scent at the same time, you freezed on your place as there was nothing in the mirror behind you, but you can see a dark shadow on the floor. You heard a dark whisper behind your head that made you clench on your stomach because of immense feeling. You should hunt the forgetting part of us that linger in my soul. Those words strike your mind like a glitch created as you captured your head in your hand because of sharp pain. Just stop it, you yelled in pain, but suddenly smoke appeared in your room and your eyes widened at the view. You stumbled back. Who are you? A man with dark red eyes, standing in front of you with a grand smile on his face. His outfit was a mixture of red and black as he gave you some dark but sweet vibes. Don't worry, my queen, I'll not hurt you. Slowly his many hands came in contact with her cheek, then met her close her eyes at soothful sensation. Don't close that pretty eyes of yours, my queen. Wine opened and back, her mind was telling her to back off, but her heart was feeling complete. That's why she was not even moved. What do you want from me? She didn't stutter because somehow she was feeling safe around him and she didn't feel like this before with anyone. Remember it? What? A memory visited my heart always. It mumbled the same story as previous days. I usually dismiss it with my tears, but today is different. Today I released with a smile. He suddenly smiled as his dark aura left sweetest feeling and he disappeared. Hey, where did you went? And what was the meaning of those words? One sat back on her bed and thoughts of words. She is a psychologist. She knew it was not an hallucination or a dream, but a reality. How come he had these powers and the royal outfit he was wearing? And again he was calling me his queen. That past related story. I'll do some research on it tomorrow. Now my head is hurting. She ran into her comfy clothes and slept. Meanwhile, in the world of Damon, Jungkook came back. It was a little dark, but they are used to it because demons love darkness. Yes, finally I met her young. I touched her. He looked at his hand. With little tears, he felt the hand on his shoulder. Don't worry, today you just touched her. Tomorrow she will be in your arms like 100 years before. Jung hugged him as Namjoon hugged his little one. They may be king of Demon World, but they have soft spot for each other. Yoonhyung, I heard Jungkook is back. Someone entered while panting. Yes, Jiminhyung, I'm back. Wow, you stayed there for almost 5 years and 5 days. Our world. Jungkook, what did you saw in her that made you this obsessed on her? Jung looked at him with a raised brow. Before knowing she is her. I know you met her before knowing she is your queen. Jung chuckled and sat on his throne. Then he started to speak. She is that girl who don't wake up with perfect hair, who don't mind eating a Big Mac instead of salad, who don't wear 50 pounds of makeup, who would rather spend a day in sweatpants than skinny jeans, who love the comfort of t-shirt, who don't get all the guys, who is not popular but feel like it when she is with her friends, who stick to sneaker instead of heels, who is not afraid to break a nail, who always don't get what she wants, and she don't need a guy to tell her that she is beautiful. To invent his fake tears. In which country you found this type of girl? Can you find there more like this? Jung and Namjoon looked at him with a done face. Did I ask something wrong? Hyung, will you go out or should I call guards? How can you talk with your Hyung like this? I was born before you. Guards? Jung looked behind as the guards were standing behind him. Dare to take me out? I am the king of North Demon world. So we saw Princess Yeonji walking past by South Demon territory. What? And you're telling me this now? Hyung, I have important work. I'm leaving. When is he going to change? Maybe after more 100 years? Next day, Pan went to an old library to do some research. She was finding and collecting random old books about 100 years and 80 years old to get perfect information. But suddenly she saw an old brown cover book. As she tried to open it, all the dust flew that made her cough. How old is this book? What's its name? She read the title, A Story of Lovesick Demon King. Pan got curious at the title and took it, then went back to home to read it. Time skipped. Pan came inside her room and sat on the edge of bed with that book in her hand. She opened it and started to find the writer's name. Why doesn't have any author name? Maybe the author wanted to keep himself private. The first page to read where this all was written. We were destined to meet no matter the distance. We return to each other again and again. It's that once in a lifetime connection, the ones that make you more alive. We're sitting next to each other, even the silence is comfortable because we felt more comfort in each other's presence. I don't know what it is. In her eyes, I see a reflection of my soul staring back at me. Mine eyes were getting teary at the words. She felt like she was behind all those painful words someone wrote for her. She turned the other page. He spent the night waiting for her, wishing under a blanket of stars that she would once come back to him, never once fearing that how this might end and praying to God that it doesn't. As he was flipping more pages, her heart felt like sinking in a deep hole of pain. She is beautiful, but she will never admit it. Music is her life, literally. Ask for a good song, and she'll give you five. Wearing her hair down to her trademark, she'll live in dark, but still afraid of dark. When she smiles, her face light up. These all lines are like I'm reading about myself. She read the last page. Remember it, I still love you, not the way you dance with angel inside me, but the way every sound of you make my diamond silence. Her hands start to shake at the thought she got after reading all this. She remembered when he met her. He said, remembered, is it him who wrote this? And it feels like that woman is me. That's why he was calling me his queen, but why can't I remember anything? Suddenly one's head started to pain so hard that she closed her eyes and grabbed her head. Her pain stopped as she opened her eyes but got shocked. Where I am? Where does that book go? She walked slowly with trembling step as she don't know where to go. So is there? Please tell me where I am. Before she can talk, someone came flying and covered her mouth. While grabbing her waist tightly, Van opened her eyes fair, but the fear turned into shots as she witnessed those dark but painful eyes. Only by stare she can say how much pain he had gone through, and Earth came inside her to take out all his pain in just 1 second, and see his soul full of personality. Slowly she grabbed his hand, removed it from her mouth. She slightly gripped his collar to make him lean on her a little, and touched her dry lips with his. He didn't waste a second to get it with the same pace as her. It wasn't a hungry, but a move to make two souls. Their tears fell down and mixed in one. Their bodies were getting relaxed as they were getting relief after many years. He broke as she was out of breath, he cupped her both cheeks, pressing them with his thumb. He spoke. I knew it. When did you come back? To complete me, he connected his forehead with her. Do you remember everything? Wine shook her head as no, but I know that we have some relation in past. Jung smiled at the way she understood everything. He sighed and hugged her. That's why you are my queen, smart and intelligent. Wine smiled a little at his words and closed her eyes at the warmth of his hug. She snuggled in his chest in need of more warmth. That made him giggle. Are you tired? Man nodded with a hum. Okay, then sleep well, my queen. In no time she slept on his chest. He picked her up in bridal style. I love now. It's my time to treat you like my queen. Time skipped. She moved a little on her place, slightly opening her eyes. She looked around. That whole room was other than she remembered what happened a while ago, and her cheeks flushed. Suddenly she felt a chuckle sound. She looked up just to see him standing while leaning with wall. From how much time you are here? Jung smiled and sat beside her. from the time I bring you in our room. Jung spoke, stressing the R word. Wan made a face. Wan started to play with her fingers while looking down. Jung placed his two fingers under her chin that slowly made her face him. You don't need to get shy from me. For the world I'm a demon. But for you I'm sweet king. Wan chuckled and nodded. Let's go and meet my family. They all are waiting for you. Wan got up and started to walk. But Jungkook didn't came with her, so she turned to him with a questioning face. Jung shook his head and said, when your demon king is here, no need to walk this far. Jungkook went to her and softly grabbed her waist that teleported them to ballroom. We are here. Wan opened her eyes just to see a big but dark hall. All demon types, but suddenly she heard whisper, she's our sister-in-law, yes. Isn't she beautiful and perfect? Yeah, I even asked him where I can find a lady like her and he kicked me out of throne room. You deserve it, yeah, stop it. Who are they? My family? Jung grabbed one hand in his and went toward guys. Young she is Kun Wayan. All the six guys lightly bowed to you as you took some steps back while also bowing to them. All the guys introduced themselves to you. Wayan too was so happy to meet demons like them, but who can even say they are demons? They can literally be someone's happy pill. Wayan, do you have a sister? Wayan was about to speak, but Wayan ignored him. He's already after Princess Yeonji. What did you just said? Wayan ignored them and see my beauty. I'm demon, but always everyone think I'm an angel because of my beauty. Wayan laughed, but then Wayan, I have spent many years on earth. I really like hamburger and Sprite. Do you like it? Yeah, I do. So let's become besties. Jungkook grabbed Wayan's wrist and made her stand behind his back. She is only mine. They all stand like that, dumb and dumber. When Wan looked on the way from where the voice came and the person came in front of her, some blurry things started to come in her mind. Jung held her tightly because they know what was happening. Suddenly Wan fainted. Jung picked her up and brought a cell and teleported from there. Young, what did you do to her? I did a magic on her that will make her past memories more clear in her mind. More clear means before it she was having blurred sceneries. Namjoon nodded. Back to Jungkook room. Wan was sleeping while Jungkook was sitting beside her, holding her hand in his. He pecked her forehead as her eyes slowly opened. Tears started to stream from her eyes. He suddenly stood up and hugged him. Jungkook hugged her back, as his eyes were also shedding tears of happiness. Finally, you remember everything. Wan nodded and asked, but why now after many years? Because your body was not prepared for a demon magic. Jungkook took her hand on his and kissed on it. 100 years ago, because of my mistake, I lost you, but not this time. I'm sorry, love. Wan wiped his tear and chuckled. Which type of demon are you? Such a crybaby. Jung smiled as he got his Wayan back, but his smile turned into smirk as he whispered to her, I can be a pure demon for you every night, my queen. So that's how Demon King and his soulmate again met. Oh, but Tete, how they have baby? Because in human world they get baby from hospital, then what in demon world? We just an soul. We are also demons and more faster than humans. What do you mean, Mochi uncle? First, don't call me uncle. I'm too young for it, and second, because we have demon powers. Actually, the process is Jimina. Don't interrupt me. Uncle, look behind you. Jimin shakily turned around just to run. Jinhyun, keep your pink slipper down. Let me call Yonggi also. He will teach you a lesson.